You are listening to the Atlanta Real Estate Forum radio show, all about real estate edition, shining a light on the movers and shakers in the real estate industry, the home builders, developers, realtors, and suppliers making it all happen. And now, here are today's hosts.
Good morning and welcome back to the All About Real Estate edition. I am your host, Todd Schnick, joined by my co-host and friend, Carol Morgan. Before we kick things off, I do want to shout out to New American Funding for being our 2020 show sponsor. Our 9th year on the air. It's been great to have them as a partner in 2020. All right, good morning, Carol. Return guest to the show, one of our favorite ladies. It's going to be a great conversation. Kick us off.
I'm very excited to welcome Jenny NeSmith to the show. She's the marketing director with Empire Communities here in Atlanta. Welcome, Jenny.
Thank you so much. It's great to be with you both today, Carol and Todd. It's nice to see a few different faces today.
Yeah, great to see you too. I'm excited about some of the new communities you're going to tell us about.
Sure, thank you.
Thanks for joining us, Jenny. I know you're awfully busy, so appreciate you stopping by. Before we get into what's happening with Empire, take a second, tell us a bit about you and your background.
Sure. So as you mentioned, my name is Jenny NeSmith. I'm the marketing director for Empire Communities in Atlanta. Been with the company over 6 years now, so we've been able to grow it quite a bit in Atlanta. I think we have some great brand awareness out there, and we're working hard now to really introduce Empire as one of the leading home builders who's just entered Atlanta as of March 2019.
Yeah, that's so super exciting. Tell us more for our listeners who may not know much about Empire Communities. Tell them more about Empire.
Sure. So Empire is a builder and developer that's involved in really all sectors of the new home building industry, based out of Toronto, but also has locations in a lot of North America, including Georgia, of course, Atlanta, and then Texas as well. So we were formerly known as Edward Andrews Homes, but have since become a part of Empire, and all of our communities now are represented by Empire Communities. And Empire is one of the largest private home builders in North America. So we're really excited to be a part of this company, and not much about the local experience changes at all for our team, our customers. The same great product is still going to be out there, but we have a brand new brand and team to help us further grow it.
Yeah, great stuff. Excited to see where this is all going to go. As we have this conversation, we're about 4 months into this strange time known as COVID-19. Certainly has impacted the industry. How has it affected Empire, and how are you guys coming through it?
Yeah, it's a very relevant question right now. I keep finding myself talking about the days BC before COVID. It certainly changed things. One of my favorite people and favorite industry experts too, Kevin Oakley, I think summarized it really well. He said COVID-19 has not been a change agent, but instead it's acted as an accelerant for a lot of home builders, and I think a lot of other industries would agree. But as soon as we saw COVID unfolding, I think none of us could believe our eyes, but we quickly jumped into gear, and we knew that it was, of course, going to affect our sales experience, and just the safety of our team and all of our customers came first. So we were able to, fortunately, really shift our sales platform to be more digital than ever. That's always been a priority for us. And Empire as a whole really prides itself on being innovative and using the newest of technologies, staying on top of the trends. So we found ourselves well positioned, but it meant making adjustments to the website and making some changes where we were bringing some of the tools that were already in existence to the forefront so that our customers could safely shop from home. Our online sales team became more important than ever. They've always been a huge part of our sales process, but they were just around the clock answering calls, text messages. We found that a lot of people, while they were at home on their couches or in their home offices, they were looking at homes. And I think a lot of builders didn't expect that necessarily, but it rang true. And so we just found ourselves communicating with customers a lot more, communicating with our team a lot more through different channels. There was a lot of training that we put into place quickly, but our team adapted so well. And we found ourselves talking more with our industry experts and industry peers as well. And I thought that was a valuable thing that really came out of this, talking about what other companies are successfully doing and how we can implement that as well. So yeah, lots of changes. And I think we laugh and say now we've shown all of our customers all of our cards. So we can't go back to making people come into our sales centers for any appointment now. We have to be able to keep shifting, keep adapting, and making sure we're really just meeting the needs of the home buyer today.
Yeah. Absolutely. It is impressive to see how quickly, as an industry, home builders moved to get, all those virtual tours online and the videos up at front. And it definitely, I would call it a force magnifier. So
Yes.
It took what we were doing that was good and just really, made it even better and made us have to work, harder and smarter to address those needs.
Exactly.
And clearly you guys have done that and done it very well. And you've got a number of successful communities here in Atlanta. Do you want to tell us, give us some updates on some of those, long time, I guess they're not really long time, but those tried and true, those household names we all know?
Yes. So Harlow, I'll start with that one. This is really one of our most popular communities in Atlanta. So this is one that a lot of people are familiar with. It's a big community in Alpharetta, all townhomes from the low 400s to 600s. It's Milton High School District, so that's a big draw. And then we also have 8 different floor plans out there. Just launched a new floor plan in the last week, the Charleston 2. And a lot of people really love this community for the amenities specifically. Mm-hmm. The product is beautiful, lends itself to a lot of different lifestyles and kind of family makeups, but the amenities really can't be beat. So we find a lot of people drawn to that specifically. And I'll tell you about Larkspur as well. Larkspur is another single family community, but another one in Alpharetta. So we sell modern farmhouse homes here from the low 400s. It's an age-targeted community with fantastic amenities really geared to an age-targeted group. But I think this group has more fun than anyone on site. So they're constantly organizing events in the ranch house and pickleball tournaments and gardening classes. So it's a fun community. Again, beautiful product. And actually pretty close by to Halcyon. So we're also one of the 2 new home builders in Halcyon, along with Monty Hewitt. And we're really excited to be a part of this community. It's the first mixed-use development that Empire's been a part of in Atlanta. So we're building single-family homes and townhomes here. The homeowners here will have access, of course, to all of the amazing amenities, the restaurants, the shops, the concerts and green spaces, all of that Halcyon's done a great job putting together. And then we'll also have a private pool and clubhouse amenity that just the homeowners will have access to. So
I like that. That's nice.
Best of worlds. And those are sold from the high 400s to 600s. And then the last community that I'd love to tell you about is Albright. These are single family homes in the Vining Smyrna area. So very close to the Cumberland corridor, close to the Battery, Vining's Jubilee. These are sold from the 400s. And these have been really popular. The local attractions are truly the amenities here. Mm-hmm. And the community itself is really beautifully laid out. It's close-knit in that it's more vertical living, which is really appealing to people. The 3-level townhomes are really beautifully designed and have a lot of good functionality for smaller square footage spaces.
They all sound great. You mentioned those gardening classes. Gardening is suddenly really popular again.
I know.
Planting the seeds. That's going to be a sold-out class, methinks. Thinking about your product and then still have COVID-19 on the mind. We talked about how the industry is evolving and certainly how Empire's evolving, but I have to imagine there's going to be some impact on home design. Mm-hmm. Anything like that?
Absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot of talk about this. It's a great question. One of the items that may be obvious to everyone now, but a lot of people need home offices. And that is something that we were doing years ago and it phased out a little bit. And now we're back. So I think home offices, flex spaces are probably going to be more important than ever, whether that's an office, maybe it's a space for your children to do their homework or take classes now. And then I think a lot of people are putting more emphasis on outdoor living. It's always been something that Atlantans need and crave. But more than ever, I think we need spaces outside. So we're looking at how to adapt more porches, just covered living areas that have that outdoor element. And then just maximizing the function of, big square footage townhomes, single family homes, all the way down to the smaller units that we're building in some of our higher density areas. It's all about, how much can I do in one single room? So making sure that our plans lend themselves to that.
Yeah, it's interesting since we've all been doing these Zoom calls and GoToMeeting and, Join Me and all of that. Mm-hmm. I've had a number of people comment they love their big, open floor plan, but it would sure be nice to have a door. to, put the dog on the other side of, or the child on the other side of, or whoever it is. Yeah. Exactly. So I do think we're going to see some changes, and maybe, maybe it's just a barn door, so it still opens all the way, but, something that kind of blocks out the noise.
Exactly.
Well, I know you have a bunch of new projects coming up or in process, and I am really excited to hear more about them. So kick us off with 444 in the Old Fourth Ward.
Sure. So this is located in Old Fourth Ward, really close to Ponce City Market. We just opened this community about a month ago now in early June. And this community offers townhomes from the low 400s. These plans are really incredible. I have to give them a special shout out. We redesigned some of our former townhome plans to offer top floor living for a number of reasons, but we really wanted to just change it up as far as the way that people live. We also have some beautiful views of the Atlanta skyline from this property. So it gave us a chance to really emphasize those views, put the kitchen and the living area up top with an outdoor terrace that, accentuates the views, and then have the bedrooms on the bottom 2 levels. So this has been a really popular plan so far. We've already sold several of these homes and have a lot of interest. So really excited to continue to sell 444.
We also want to hear about Paintbox in Kirkwood. Tell us about that one.
Yeah, this is a really, for lack of a better word, fun community in the way that we designed it. It's townhomes from the low 300s. Just off Memorial in Kirkwood. So we looked at this property and we said, we want to make sure that we're not just another big townhome builder coming in. We want to try to blend in with the community and really the character that Kirkwood already has. So hence the name Paintbox. If anyone's seen our renderings, we have really vibrantly colored exteriors, and they were all very, very carefully selected. But we have some really interesting colors out there, and we think that it's going to fit in well with the community. We see maybe a younger crowd living here, but of course, open to anyone. But we're really trying to just activate the personality here. We're going to have some murals that come up that we're commissioning a few really talented local artists to complete for us. So those will be popping up in the next couple of weeks, actually, out at Paintbox. But we foresee a lot of interest in this community as well.
Think you need 20% down to become a homeowner? Think again. What if you could buy a home without a down payment? That's right. New American Funding understands that saving for a down payment can be difficult. They have competitive loan programs that can get you into a new home. Their 100% FHA financing loan program makes getting into a new home with no down payment possible. Let one of their home loan professionals pre-qualify you. Contact a New American Funding loan officer today to find out more about these niche loan programs and start your home ownership journey. For more information, call 678-898-3540. That's 678-898-3540.
I can't wait to see those colors and see that as you build it. I think that's going to be a really, really neat streetscape.
Yes, thank you.
So let's jump over to one of my favorite areas of town, West Midtown, which is just hot, 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 and has been for the last several years. And you've got a new project there called Crosby.
We do. So you are right. This is such a popular area of town. We were really thrilled to be able to build over here. So our property here is called Crosby, as you mentioned. These will be townhomes from the mid-400s, and they are very much walkable to West Side Provisions. So it's offering a really beautiful, nice new product in very close proximity to really some of the places that the Atlantans love most. So we're thrilled to be able to offer it, and I think we'll continue to see the Beltline grow, and we just feel like we're getting in at a time where it's going to be hard to have new construction in this area, years from now. So we're excited about the opportunity to start selling.
Yeah, I echo Carol. That is a neat part. But yeah, you have projects in a bunch of really neat areas in town. I mean, you have one called Swift in Grant Park. I love that part of town too. Tell us about that project.
Yeah, this is another personal favorite of mine. So we actually sold the first phase of the Swift the last couple of years and had a ton of interest. It's on a future Beltline spur. So that, of course, is a big buzz factor. for our buyers. But we sold out so quickly, we were able to quickly pick up a second piece of land right there. So we have the Swift Phase 2, which just opened a couple of weeks ago now. So we're selling from the mid 300s, slightly different floor plans from the first phase, but really pulled the best of that phase, and we're able to hit a slightly lower price point so that we can just meet the growing desire to be there. So this new phase will also have access to the amenities that were built as part of phase 1, which really taps into the fact that there's a Beltline spur right there. There's a beautiful green space, pavilion, amphitheater, fire pit. So again, activating those outdoor spaces really heavily. And we found that, we drive over there on the weekends and there are so many people loving that amenity. So we're it makes us happy to see that. Glad to be able to offer space as well.
That's a fantastic price point for Grant Park. And then, not only do you have the community amenities at the Swift, but you've got Grant Park and the zoo and everything else that's over there. It's just a neat little area.
It really is.
Well, let's move to Buckhead and talk about the very aptly named Buckley.
Yes, so Buckley is not quite open, but I had to mention it because we have a lot of interest in this community as well. So we will sell townhomes in Buckhead just off Roswell Road near Chastain Park. So that's a huge draw as well. And these will be beautiful new townhomes tucked away, not right on the main road, but just off to the side and easily accessible to really the best of Buckhead and Brookhaven. So we'll open this community, Buckley, in late summer. So keep your eyes open.
Yeah, that sounds exciting. I always love Buckhead, and that's one of the traditional places that just is always special. So, well, as we're coming to an end here, Jenny, did see some positive economic news yesterday that the industry had a big rebound from the depths of the pandemic. So that's good news. We talked earlier about how COVID's affecting how we market and present product. I guess some final thoughts on how it's affecting how you actually sell these homes.
Yeah, like I said, I think that we found ourselves where now we've really demonstrated that we can sell in person or we can sell virtually. And in the past, we've had a lot of reload buyers. So some of these sales tools were not totally new, but there's just a much stronger emphasis on it. So I think we just have to continue to be really nimble. I think continuing to talk to all of our peers is going to be really valuable as well, because we're all navigating fairly new territory at the same time, and why not do it together and figure out what's working. So we're excited for what's to come. You mentioned the market's been really strong, and we hope to continue to see that. But until then, we're going to keep pushing and hopefully keep delivering product that makes people really want to buy homes.
Well, we're not out of the woods yet with this pandemic, so the industry is, I suspect it will continue to be nimble and continue to adjust and evolve as we go. So it's going to be fun to watch all these great organizations thriving, even we're going through some tough times. So, all right, well, Jenny, we're running low on time. So before we let you go, should anyone need to connect with you, learn more about all these great communities and projects with Empire Communities, where do they go?
Sure. So we just launched a brand new website. I would encourage everyone to check it out. It's empirecommunities.com. And we are also very active on Instagram and Facebook. So you can find us under Empire Communities Atlanta. And then, as I mentioned earlier, our online sales team is always available to answer questions. The quickest way to get a response from them will be sending an email to househunt@empirecommunities.com. And they will either call you or email you right away.
Got it. Jenny NeSmith, Marketing Director with Empire Communities. Jenny, it was a great pleasure to have you. Again, thanks for making time to join us.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Our pleasure. All right. Well, that wraps this week's All About Real Estate edition. On behalf of our show sponsor, New American Funding, my co-host, Carol Morgan, I am Todd Schnick. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for listening, and we'll look forward to seeing you again right here tomorrow. We'll see you then.
Atlanta Real Estate Forum Radio is made possible by Denim Marketing, the publisher of Atlanta Real Estate Forum, Atlanta's favorite source for real estate and home building news. Denim Marketing is a comfortable fit, like your favorite pair of jeans. Denim Marketing tailors marketing strategies to meet your specific needs and niche. Try them on for size. They will work to create a perfect fit for your company's marketing program. Call them at 770-383-3360 or send an email to info@denimmarketing.com. For more information on Atlanta Real Estate Forum Radio or to inquire about being a guest, contact info@atlantarealestateforum.com. Check out the radio show by visiting atlantarealestateforum.com or by listening to the show on your favorite podcast app. And if you enjoyed today's broadcast, we'd sure appreciate a rating and review on iTunes. Thank you again for listening, and we'll see you next time on Atlanta Real Estate Forum Radio.